Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas McAndrew, and I'm here to talk to you about how I believe that student athletes should have the opportunity to receive financial compensation for their likenesses. When it comes down to the basics, colleges are run just like businesses. When they do make money, or while they do make money to operate from tuition and other ways, many big name schools pull in a majority of their profits from their athletic programs and boosters of these programs. According to an article written by Brendan Dugan, statistics show that only 1% of college football and basketball players go on to play professionally. With such a small amount of these highly gifted athletes receiving anything beyond college, it doesn't leave much incentive to put their bodies on the line for the sport or school. My name is Thomas McAndrew, like I stated before. Although I've never myself been a college athlete, I see and hear about the hard work that these student athletes put into their craft. Being a huge sports fan, I can also see how much money that professional athletes are making while performing on a similar stage without the stress of completing college credits. I do believe college athletes should be given the opportunity to make money from their likenesses, such as EA Sports, NCAA football video games, and from their potential endorsement deals with big name brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. There are three topics we're going to cover today. One being benefits to the athletes, the second being benefits to academic institutions, and then finally the risks of this potentially becoming into effect. As far as benefits to athletes go, pay is obviously the one thing that comes to mind. Receiving money for the skills that you showcase to the world in an entertainment field isn't something that's new. This covers basketball, football, hockey, soccer, baseball, all the major sports groups are being paid at a professional level. So when you're putting in the same work and time, I don't see why you shouldn't be paid as a college athlete as well. Another benefit to an athlete would be the motivation factor. Motivation of being paid encourages students to perform at an even higher level throughout their life. It also gives them something to look forward to rather than just going pro. It can kind of go in a step-by-step level. Thirdly, financial lessons would be a huge benefit to the athletes themselves. Bringing in money will teach student athletes how to handle this the money will teach student athletes how to handle the influx of money that they might potentially see in the future of professional sport. With that being said, obviously you see the dollar signs and dollar amounts that these professional athletes are making. If this was scaled down to, a third or a quarter in what college athletes would be paid, I think they would get a good lesson on seeing money come in and, making good decisions on how to spend that or how to save it. We'll move on to the benefits that academic institutions would receive. First off, we'll talk about the spread of talent. Students won't just choose colleges based on their national recognition level, and they'll just play the game that they love and are excelling at. Also, a second benefit would be an incentive to go to college and actually finish. A lot of athletes these days can either do a one-and-done program, so they'll do a year of eligibility at a college institution, and then they'll move on to the professional sports world. With that, colleges are losing potential money and people coming to their games to see these specific athletes, and they're also losing young kids that go overseas to pursue an overseas professional career before they enter an American professional career. Third benefit would be the spread of wealth that the NCAA is currently taking in. Colleges can look into earning more money if the NCAA isn't governing all of this income. According to Tony Barnhart, in 2002, this year, the last on the current contract, CBS will pay the rights fee of about $300 million to televise the men's tournament. That's going directly to the NCAA. So with the spread of wealth, it'd be nice to see these colleges earning the money because it's their athletes and their programs that are sending them there. Now, I know we've talked about the benefits. Obviously, there are risks to any big decision like this being made in the world. First off, being the fairness. So there would have to be minds put together in trying to find a good scale or cap in which these athletes can pay. Secondly, I know we talked about financial lessons that could potentially be learned, but there is an other side of that, and that would be too much money falling to the young hands of these student athletes. We were talking about 17, 18, 19-year-olds. I don't know about you, but I wasn't making the best decisions at those ages with money. And finally, another risk would be companies could potentially take advantage of these young student athletes. Without proper representation or legal help, these kids could easily be taken advantage of, going back on the fact that you might not be making the best decisions at those ages. So uh, we talked about the ups and the downs of this potential decision. This topic is very hot in today's news and is receiving growing pressure from now professional athletes who felt snubbed by the lack of payment during their college careers. It is also becoming more popular for talented high school students to bring their skills overseas to markets to begin making money right away and avoiding the rules and regulations of schools. My hope is that some common ground can be found between colleges, the NCAA, and companies looking to sponsor these college athletes. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.